You got it under control there. Start your engines. 26. Which of the following numbers is the slope of the line 3x minus 2y plus 12 equals 0?
I've been really trying to drink more water. Is it much better to drink a Powerade than it is to drink, like, a soda?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm already halfway there. I'm getting hydrated. Let me drink some water.
Sure you are.
What you should do is buy those liquid IV things and drink one of those, because supposedly one of those, like, in 16 ounces of water is, like, all you need for the day to be considered, like, hydrated.
Yeah.
It is a little odd.
It tastes a little weird.
I mean, Kenny doesn't really like them, which is super rare, and I actually kind of do, but I like the strawberry one, but it has to be good and cold. Like, lukewarm.
Okay, good. I hate those. I'll have to test it out.
I prefer just drinking the water.
Well, that's icky.
All right, I need to find the slope.
Is this easier than or as easy as I think it is?
Yes, I'm going to show you the calculus way to do it also, but how would I find the slope?
So you move your 3x over, and then you divide by -2.
What am I going to do with this?
Well, we ignore that because we don't need it for slope.
Well, don't just.
I mean,
I
fine,
still got to move it over.
Fine, we'll move it over. It's irrelevant for the question.
That's so mean, John.
Well, I didn't call you irrelevant, did I?
Now, the way we find slope is to take the derivative. So you know the slope of this is what?
3x.
But dy dx, if I take the derivative of this, what do I get?
3 halves. That's it.
And there's your slope.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's the calculus way to do it. Find an equation for the line tangent to the curve at the given point. Y equals x to the 4th plus 2 over x squared. X equals -1. So I need to take the derivative. But just so I can go ahead and find the point, let's do this first. If x is -1, what is y?
3.
Yep. So just so I already have that taken care of. So now I need to take the derivative. Dy dx. So what is this going to end up being?
3x to, wait.
4x.
Oh, yeah.
Cubed.
4x.
So it's a quotient rule. 4x cubed what?
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, my goodness.
Derivative of the top times the bottom. So x squared minus the top
I was just doing it.
times the
2x.
derivative of the bottom, 2x, all over
The bottom squared.
Yeah.
x squared squared, so x to the 4th.
I'm writing it as x squared. I just like the way that sounds.
X squared squared. All right, so I'm going to also put a bracket around this just because that minus sign there. So I've got 4x to the 5th minus 2x to the 5th minus 4x all over x to the fourth. So I've got
I think we can factor a 2x out of the top.
oh wait. I would simplify this first to, I technically right here could go ahead and find my slope without having to do anything else like simplifying it down, but we're just going to simplify it for practice. So 2x to the fifth minus 4x over x to the fourth. I can take an x out of everything, so 2x to the fourth minus 4 over x cubed. And now I can plug in the x value of -1. So that would give me 2 minus 4 over -1. Because -1 cubed would just be -1. So I would get, what is happening? -2 over -1, so +2 for my slope. Then my tangent line, y minus 3 equals 2 times x plus 1. Y equals 2x plus 2 plus 3, so plus 5. And that would be the equation of my tangent line. Tracking? Sorta. Find dy dx. Y equals 1/4 x to the -4 minus 1/3 x to the -3 plus 1/2 x to the -2 plus x to the -1 plus 3.
I think I can get along with this one.
What's dy dx?
Do you like keep the negative sign?
Yeah, whatever the number is, it goes with it.
Maybe like, so for the first term would it be negative x to the -3? Or do you?
I think it would be -5. To the -5.
Subtract 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I wrote
It's okay. I initially in my head thought the same thing, and then I had to register
Makes sense.
what it was.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus x to the -4 minus x to the -3 minus x to the -2. Yeah. That one stumped me.
That's why I like doing that one.
Just to mix it up.
Well, I saw the 1/4 and then the 1/3 and then the 1/2, and it was like, oh, I like this one.
32. Y equals 2 square root of x minus 1 over the square root of x. Any thoughts?
Yeah. So can we just like rewrite that as like power x?
I would say that's a good place to start.
Okay.
So what would that be written as?
X to the 1/2. No, 2x to the
Well, yeah. I assume you were just rewriting that part.
minus
Yep, and now I need dy dx. And if you just write y prime, that's fine too. I just am doing this because the instructions say find dy dx. They don't often say find y prime, even though it means literally the same thing.
Maybe x to the negative 1/2.
Yep.
Plus 1/2 x to the negative 3/2.
Yep.
You make a good team, Virginia.
Find the first four derivatives of the function. Y equals x squared plus x plus 3. So what's the derivative?
2x.
Plus 1. That's fine.
Take the derivative of that. That will be my second derivative.
2.
Third derivative,
9.
it's y triple prime. Huh?
0.
0. And fourth, it's the derivative of 0.
Oh, I didn't realize that the primes were supposed to be like no Roman numerals. No, they were just apostrophes.
No,
or
they're not. But
something.
when we get to 4, we usually either write them as Roman numerals or little number 4. Some people write it like this.
I would have just done four lines.
Me too.
No, after 3, they start doing it this way. What's the derivative of 0?
I feel like that's still 0.
Still 0.
Hey, sorry to interrupt.
You're good.
Can you give me Hannah's number?
Yes. Do you want me to just send you her contact?
Yes, please. Because there's stuff going on. Thank you.
I do that. If I put it in between, put it right there. That's hard enough. It's like partially. Yeah. Is it moving? No. No, it's just all over there.
Okay.
I'll lock the fridge. I'm probably not gonna drink anymore.
After that short intermission. 36. Y equals x plus 1 over x. Find the first four derivatives.
Would it be 1 times x
Yep.
plus or minus?
Minus. Always minus.
Minus x plus 1 times 1 over x squared.
So this would end up giving me x minus x, which is just gone, and then minus 1. So negative 1 over x squared. Or for the sake of thinking about it in terms of the derivative, I could, like, since I have to take it again, I could rewrite this as negative x to the negative 2, which will make taking my next derivative easier.
Does the negative only go to the first thing in parentheses? Like if it's
No, I did x minus x and then negative 1.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, and then I realized that you just canceled the x's.
Yeah.
I was wondering what happened, you know.
This
And they
x
just-
and this x canceled.
Yeah, they just got canceled.
We don't like them anymore. So this is technically the right answer because it doesn't have the negative exponents, but this will make your life easier instead of having to do another quotient rule. This will make your life easier when you do the second derivative. So what would the derivative of this be?
Um, 2x to the negative 3.
Yeah, or you can write it as 2 over x cubed. Either way is technically fine, but I would use the one that's not a fraction to keep going. Third derivative.
Six over x to the 4.
Negative.
Oh. Negative.
Put that in front. Negative 6, well, x to the negative 4, or negative 6 over x to the 4th. Yep. There's the technical answer, but I would still use the other one since we're still continuing on the fourth derivative.
24x to the negative 3.
Yep.
It's too much talking.
So that one, not as easy as the first one, but still not too bad. If you do them all as quotient rules, it's actually a real pain. So if I can make something not a quotient rule, I'm going to do my best to do that.
Yeah, I don't really like the quotient.
Yeah, it's aight.
Whatever.
Alright, word problem. And when I say that, just like slightly, it's not exactly a word problem. Find the tangent to the which of Agassiz y equals 8 over 4 plus x squared at the point 2, 1. So essentially, take the derivative, evaluate it at the point to find to find the slope, and then find the equation of the tangent line. So, derivative of this would be what?
0, right,
Yeah.
okay. 0 times 4 plus x squared minus, 8 times 2x divided by, oh gosh, that squared.
Yeah. So when I go to do this, I would just do like negative 16x over 4 plus x squared because then when you have like put the point in that they gave us, you don't actually have to FOIL this. You can just use the point and then it makes it easier. So then negative 16 times 2 over 4 plus 2 squared. So it's negative 32 over 64, negative 1/2. So that's my slope. So then how do I write my equation of my line?
It would be y minus 1 is equal to negative 1/2 x minus 2.
Yep. So then you can do negative 1/2 x, what is this, plus 1, so plus 2 would be my equation of my tangent.
I like the shorthand method of finding derivatives.
Isn't it so much nicer than the long version?
Yeah, the long version was really messing with my brain.
All right, 46 is a word problem again. Cylinder pressure. If gas in a cylinder is maintained at a constant temperature T and pressure P is related to the volume V by a formula of the form P equals nRT over V minus NB minus AN squared over V squared, in which A, B, N, and R are constants. Find dP dV. So the derivative of P with respect to V.
I think I like the way dy dx sounds better. dp dv. Actually, I think I like dp dv.
Now, they tell us that these things are constants, but they also told us that temperature T is constant. So that will also be just a number. So the variable in this problem is V. Everything else that's a letter in here is considered a number.
Tis constant.
All right, so dP dV. So the derivative of this first part, what's the derivative of the top?
0.
0 minus, I'm just going to do that because I don't need to do anything. I don't need to write the bottom since I know the top is 0. Minus the top, nRT, times the derivative of the bottom. What's the derivative of the bottom? V is the variable.
Oh.
What's the derivative of V?
Negative 1. Wait.
What power's on here?
Oh. 1.
So I put that in front.
1.
Take away 1 from the exponent.
So then that's 0.
So it'd just be 1.
Yeah.
So times 1 over the bottom squared. So V minus NB squared minus derivative of the top minus top AN squared times the derivative of the bottom
2V.
all over
V squared squared.
V squared squared.
For the first part, you didn't multiply by the second because it was just 0, so it would have just given you 0. Is that like when you had 0 for the first part, that's why you just didn't do the second part?
Yeah, I just was like, if the derivative of the top is 0, there's no need to also write times the bottom. If you want to for reference, you can, but I think at this point y'all are starting to get it, so I feel like I can skip that little piece. I just put a 0 in as a placeholder. Sometimes I'll just go straight to the minus, but then I also sometimes forget the negative, so I just put it. So then to simplify this down, I've got, obviously these zeros are gone. I'm just going to cross them out for the visual effect of it because I, need to do that. So I've got negative nRT over V minus NB squared minus, nope, I lied, it's going to be plus because negative and negative is positive, so plus. Now, there's a V on top and a V on the bottom, and I only have stuff being multiplied up here, so I can cross this out. So I'm going to have on top 2AN squared over V cubed.
Wait, why do we have 2 AN squared?
Because multiplying it by the 2.
Oh yeah. I lost the 2.
I could tell.
I did 2.
No, I don't. I mean, I still wrote it,
Why did 4 not like Halloween? Because he was too squared.
I knew it was going to be that. I was like trying so hard, and I was like, I'm going to get this. I'm going to make it. It took me forever to understand the whole 7, 8, 9 thing. I was like,
Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9.
I was like, what are we talking about, guys?
All right, one more word problem. Picnic pavilion. All right, the members of the Blue Boar Society.
The what now?
Blue Boar Society.
Or like a creature?
I'm a member of
Like a
that.
pig.
Why are they blue?
I love boar's head.
Do they have hypothermia?
When it's not contaminated.
That's true.
Huh?
Do they have hypothermia?
I don't know. Always divide the pavilion rental fee for their picnics equally among the members. Currently, there are 65 members, and the pavilion rents for $250. The pavilion cost is increasing at a rate of $10 per year, while the Blue Board membership is increasing at a rate of 6 members per year. What is the current instantaneous rate of change in each member's share of the pavilion rental fee? Answer in appropriate units of measure. All right, so we're going to say that M of X. Whoa.
That poor X got mutilated. Maybe that's what the M stands for.
M of X means members X years from now.
Oh, I thought that was like the spacing made it look like M and then embers. So I thought it looked like
Embers. Member. P of X is going to be the pavilion cost X years from now. The cost, C of X, is going to be P of X over M of X. So I'm going to look at everything as of right now and where I sit. So anytime we have a rate or something, that's going to be the value of the derivative. So M of 0, so meaning this is year 0, this is the first year, is 65 members. They're increasing at a rate of 6 members per year, so M prime of 0 is 6. The pavilion cost right now is $250. The rate, it's increasing at $10 per year. So the current rate of change in each member's share of the pavilion rental fee is going to be the derivative of C of X. So C prime of X is going to be what? So I need to take the derivative of P of X over M of X. So ignore these numbers down here for right now. Just tell me how I would find the derivative of this using the quotient rule.
So would that be like which one's first? Is it's top one prime first? So we have P prime of X times M of X minus M prime of X times P of X. Same thing. Over M of X squared.
So the reason I do it this way is so that you remember on quotient rule, it's the outer stuff that has the derivative. On product rule, it's the inner stuff. Because I write them in the same order both ways, so that way you keep it straight. But if you write it the other way, that's fine. But I'm going to write it this way so that it's everything in order. So now, these are at the current time. So all these x's would be 0 because that's what it currently is. So now I just take and I plug these numbers in. So this is going to be 10 times 65 minus 250 times 6 over 65 squared. And just because the bells are about to ring, this is negative 0.20. So it's actually going down.
That's depressing.
at 20 cents per year. That's good. That means your cost per
Oh.
year is cheaper.
Oh, that's not weird. Have you ever put a W in going? Going.
I didn't give y'all any problems the other day, right?
No.
Oh boy. Okay. 1, 5, 7, 11. Short pause. 15, 19, 23, 25, 27, 29, 31, 33, 41, 47, and 51. And we have a quiz on Wednesday. Huh? Did you just say, are you sure?
Yeah.